What's up, friends? Glad to be here for some more True Detective. Last episode was just incredible, man. I'd probably rank it 10 out of 10 as far as a TV episode goes because it just had so many highs and lows and shocking moments, tense moments, crazy discoveries, a few potential twists and turns in there as well. It just had it all, man. And with the 4 episodes prior to it as a backdrop, all that information just made it so much better because I'd already been so connected to these characters and to the story, and to just see the things that happened within that episode, it just was so completely enthralling. And so I cannot wait to get into this episode. And so I assume now that we've kind of planted the seed of Rust potentially being a killer, that that's going to be one of the main focuses of this episode, whether it's trying to find more evidence or whether it's trying to prove that he's innocent. I'm not sure what the direction is going to be. Obviously, with the one guy dying in the last episode, Ledoux, that solved kind of a long-running case that we'd been having, and so the direction now is a little bit more open-ended, and so I can't really predict anything that's coming up next because there isn't necessarily a clear direction. Obviously, the direction, really the only direction we have to go off right now, is that there's potentially still a killer out on the loose. In the kind of secondary past time frame, we had the original, but then we skipped forward a couple years and there potentially still is a killer there as well, which they didn't really talk about, I don't think, in the interview. So it'd be interesting to know if there's another guy that they had their doubts about, that they thought might have been a killer, that they didn't bring up in those interviews, because Rust said clear as day in one of the episodes that they caught the guy. And so I'm very interested to see if we get to see more of those scenes in kind of that mid-past time frame, I guess I'll call it. Really excited for this one. I assume most of you guys are probably coming straight from my reaction to the last episode, watching that one with me, so I won't say anything else, but we will go ahead and hop into the next one and get into episode 6.
We didn't mean any disrespect.
We got you on stats rape. You know that, right? You know what happens to pretty boys like you who go up to the farm on stats charges.
I'm worried that he's just gonna slaughter him in there. Oh man, this man's so intimidating right now.
We do this here, or file those charges. Got a lot of brothers in Angola who love to owe me a favor.
Oh my gosh. He's scaring the daylights out of these fools. Surely this is just an intimidation tactic, though, and he's not actually going to beat these people up in jail.
Man's game charges a man's price. Take that away from this, if nothing else.
He actually is just wailing on him. Bro, Marty can turn into an animal. Jeez, this man is not going to let anybody get away with anything when it comes to young girls, especially his daughter.
Where'd Sonny go to school?
One of them Tuttle schools. We didn't sleep them first 4 weeks. Sonny was missing. Drove his mama crazy. She thought she heard him under the water, calling for him.
Oof. Man, heavy. That guy's a good actor too, dang. Even the side actor's killing it.
You don't want to talk about something, it's okay. No problem.
Oh, shoot.
You sure we can't get you any coffee?
No, thank you.
Dang, she's in the future scenes now too. I was not expecting her to be interviewed too.
Russ? Yeah, I knew him. Why exactly are you asking about him?
Something went real wrong with him a long time ago.
I knew Russ to be a good man, so I can't imagine what I can offer.
Heck yeah, she's always been on his side in the previous scenes, and I guess I never really considered it before. I was always thinking like Rust was always the killer in the scenario they were presenting, but I guess it could have been a learned behavior, especially working a case like that.
Can I help you with anything, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a second, was that the girl from the RV sequence? She looked similar. Is Marty doing the same mistake again? I don't know if it's a coincidence that he ran into her in that store, if he'd seen her before, if that is indeed the RV girl.
You're a cop, aren't you?
How'd you know?
I think I saw you before, years back. You came around this place I was staying, asking about a girl.
Yes, it is her. Shoot. I thought I recognized her. I don't know if Marty's just playing dumb, though, or if he actually doesn't remember. He strikes me as someone who does not forget a woman's face.
We're closed.
You always hit the bottle this early in the day, Reverend?
He's completely different from his earlier scene in this season. He looks like he's lost himself a bit.
What do you know about a Tuttle organization was set up to finance rural schools?
There was one. Accusations of children being interfered with.
Why'd you leave?
Politics.
Don't lie to me.
I love when he's just one-on-one with someone. It's just so entertaining to watch him work. Just reads through everybody.
Cleaned the senior minister's library. I knocked over a very old volume. This little folder falls out. Pictures of children, naked.
Oh, gross, dude. That's evil stuff, man.
Took it over to the morals officer, Deacon Farrar. He was close with Tuttle.
You didn't do nothing.
He seemed angry that I brought it to him. He even intimated that maybe I was confessing to something.
Bro, yeah, this definitely runs deep and into some higher places. Definitely sounds like a conspiracy to me, trying to cover stuff up.
It's so great how you turned everything around. Look at you.
You're a big hero in the papers.
Oh, they made a bigger deal of that than it was.
Oh man, I have a bad feeling about this interaction. I know this man cannot resist.
You want some bourbon?
I cannot believe he got a second chance with Maggie and he just blew it. I was just starting to think that Marty was making some personal progress, but I guess that is the reason why they broke it off a second time. She's gonna be pissed if she finds out about that.
The sleep apnea monitor that was hooked up to your child was unplugged for 36 minutes. Then it was plugged back in, and by that time the child's vitals had flatlined.
Oh man, Rust has just been dealing with the heaviest stuff the past 2 episodes. It's also just incredible how he's able to work with people. As soon as he's alone in a room with somebody, he just can get whatever information he wants.
They're gonna be tough on you. In prison, it is very hard on people who hurt kids. If you get the opportunity, you should kill yourself.
Whoa! Holy crap, I did not expect him to just say that straight up to her. I can imagine if you're like these 2 guys and you just keep working with people who hurt young women, children, kids, you just get absolutely sick of dealing with them and just lash out at all of them like that. So I can't even pretend to try and understand what they're probably going through mentally.
Marty, type that up for me, will you? You got somewhere to be? This confession is like 40 pages.
What, you got somewhere to be? Come on, man. You want me to tie your shoes for you, too?
Yo, Rust is such a legend in conversation. He looks like he's absolutely done with Marty's crap at this point.
I'm the only one ever took up for you. You know what it's like being your partner? No, buddy, without me, there is no you.
Oh, what a line. Oh my gosh, dude. That was such a great interaction. Russ just absolutely decimated that man. I thought after episode 4 that they actually were developing a decent relationship finally as a partnership, but they're worse than ever right now. Is this the girl that they found from the guy they killed before? The hair looks similar.
Kelly, you may not remember, but you and I met a long time ago. I want to ask you a question about those men that hurt you way back then.
I believe, yep, that is her then. Poor freaking girl. She still looks like a mess from that experience.
The man with the scars was the worst.
There wasn't a guy with scars there. Ooh, dude, I legit got chills.
The scars on the giant, were they on his face?
His face.
Oh, dude, I've got mad freaking goosebumps right now. Holy cow. I have a feeling that that scene wants me to think that Rust's face is the one that she saw. But I'm still on Team Rust. I refuse to believe he did it. That's insane, though. There is still a guy out there.
Tuition reimbursement programs for rural and Christian schools founded by Billy Lee Tuttle.
Bro, what is wrong with Marty? He looks so angry. Maybe it's because Rust is showing off with his knowledge.
I caught zero logic in all that. And that last bit, pure gibberish.
You want to stay on? Do not ever say that to anyone in the state again.
Dude, it's freaking Rust against the world right now. Dude is the only one trying to make a difference in here. Oh my gosh. These guys legit hate each other now. Marty's behavior is so interesting and peculiar the past episode. Seems like he's got a few screws loose all of a sudden. He's lashing out at Rust. He's cheating again. He's acting weird around his boss and detectives.
Marty, I didn't know you were home.
Oh, yeah, just cleaning up. Be on the sick.
Yo, is she gonna find out right now that he's been doing something? Her expression looks mad suspicious.
I was thinking we're due for a date night. I'm gonna dress up. We'll go for a nice dinner, some movie.
Oh, my man has been caught red-handed. What an idiot. How could you do that? That's it, man. He's done. There's no way she's giving him another chance. He's clearly shown that he's not changing. Dude was given an absolute gift of another chance by Maggie. Blew it.
So is my eldest still offended by my presence? Yeah, I don't mind. I'm happy just to sit here with three beautiful women watching. What is this?
So interesting watching Marty in interactions with other people, knowing the stuff he does without other people's knowledge. Just makes even the most normal of situations seem shady for him.
What?
Nothing.
Well, this pasta is great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know what Marty was thinking as well, leaving those pictures on his phone and his phone out in the open.
I said something about forgiveness, and he said that there was no such thing, that people just have short memories.
You think Cole was wrong about that? Forgiveness?
Less and less.
Love the parallels between the dialogue there and her situation with Marty. That is genius writing.
Get you a drink, miss?
Thank you.
Oh, shoot. Is she going out and trying to get with somebody else as well, just to kind of get back at Marty a little bit?
Marty quit drinking, found religion for a while. I didn't love that. I preferred him before. He had a sense of humor then.
Cole's bad year, too.
Rust was an intense man, but he had integrity.
That's what I'm saying, man. She's speaking straight facts right now. There's no way Rust is the bad guy in this scenario.
Thank you. We're very proud of our ministries. The legacy program is more my focus now. Things like the state policeman's charity.
Ooh, state policeman charity. No wonder the boss responded that way earlier. If he's got him on the payroll, of course they're going to protect him.
Former deacon Austin Farrar.
That was very unfortunate. I'd heard he had taken it hard, drinking. I've seen more souls lost down a bottle than any pit.
Man, I'm getting bad vibes from this dude. Love the back and forth right now.
It's hard to trust a man who can't trust himself with a beer, don't you think? But what's this all about now? Wellspring program.
Dead women and children.
That's terrible.
I love how great the acting is, that even though they're saying certain words, I know behind those words they have a completely different attitude and meaning.
You can look at whatever information we still have from Wellspring.
Rust has definitely stumbled onto the big conspirator here, I think.
Reverend, thank you for your time today.
Godspeed, Detective. You'll be in my thoughts.
Oh, I just noticed those walls do look a little bit yellow, and his tie was yellow. I don't know if it's early to draw a conclusion, but Yellow King, man had a yellow aesthetic.
He braced Billy Lee Tuttle.
Oh, braced. You kidding me? It was a friendly conversation.
I told you, and the human tampon here heard me. Badge and gun, Cole. You're suspended.
Ooh, this guy's pissing me off. This guy is making it too obvious that he's part of the corruption. I feel like I'm ready for Rust to take down every freaking evil dude in the state. He's getting way too close, and so I feel like he's gonna face even more opposition than he already is.
What?
He's doing it again. He's been doing it.
Oh, poor Maggie. That sucks so bad. She's probably putting a lot of the blame on herself, too, I can imagine. Just feeling like she's the dumb one for letting him back in, even though it's not her fault.
You can't live like this.
Why is she getting so close to him?
You know, people give me advice. I reckon they're talking themselves. What are you doing?
Dang, I can't say I'm too surprised. From their very first interaction, she seemed interested in him. Oh man, this is going to complicate things. If Marty found out that Rust got with his wife, he'd freaking kill him.
What you doing here? Huh?
That should have been a question you asked before.
He'll have to go, you see, because this he won't live with.
She just used him just to get back at Marty. There wasn't even any emotion for him. Bro, literally everybody is playing with my man's emotions. Y'all need to cut this dude a freaking break. She can't tell Marty that it was Rust.
Hi, Marty.
How you doing?
Sit down.
Okay.
I have to tell you something.
I feel awkward and I'm not even in this relationship.
I saw the pictures on your phone.
I cannot help it if some crazy
I slept with someone, and you know him. It was Rust.
Oh, bro, please, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, Marty's gonna freaking kill him.
Do it! At least I'll have something to explain to your daughters.
Oh my gosh, this scene, bro. That's scary though, man. Went straight for the neck like that. Marty is capable of some things, man. Some dark stuff.
Cole's outside. Does he know he's suspended?
Oh gosh, dude, they're gonna have the showdown right here, right now. Poor Rust was just thrown into the middle of this. Oh my gosh, dude's making sure he doesn't do anything rash with a confrontation.
It's coming from my files, Marty.
Holy crap, man, they're going full force at each other.
Hurry up! Stop them! Back off,
Oh gosh, tossed him. This is incredible, man. This is elite filmmaking right now.
I'm gonna kill you, mother...
Inside. Get him inside right now. Get him inside.
We ain't done here!
Holy cow, man. Unrecognizable from their interactions in the first episode. Just phenomenal character progression.
This man right here is the only pal you had.
I ain't his pal.
I quit.
You serious?
I send you a letter, yeah. Yes. Nice hook, Marty.
Even in his lowest moment of the series, man still got a joke reference to throw out. I understand where he's coming from, man. No way he should just continue at that place with no appreciation.
Maybe it was old stuff between them. The way they always rubbed wrong. I never learned what it was about.
Bro, Maggie, how can you lie like that, dude? Feel so sad for Russ. Dude literally has no friends. I thought Maggie was like his one friend. She just used him and ruined 2 relationships.
Marty?
Rust.
Thought maybe we should talk. Buy you a beer?
Sure. I'll follow you.
Actually, why don't you buy me a beer?
Oh, I love it. Has 6 episodes of rich context behind it. I absolutely love how they waited so long for these two to meet in the future or the present time. And so just such a small interaction was so powerful, especially after the massive fight they had. Yo, these last 2 episodes have been complete bangers, dude. Just knocking it out of the park completely. Things are heating up real good right now, and it's almost become less about the case, more about these 2 guys as people and about their characters as the show goes on. I know it was kind of like that in the first 4 episodes, but especially after they killed Ledoux, it's almost been exclusively about these 2 guys, besides the couple of scenes where Rust is still digging into the case. And it for sure seems like he's found the source, because as soon as he started suggesting Tuttle, he just got dismissed and absolutely berated. So as I've said before, I really loved the first 4 episodes of the show. I've always thought it was a great show as I've been watching it, but these past 2 episodes have just elevated it to a whole nother level, and kind of just taken it to like really top tier TV filmmaking. And so this episode, just like last episode, blew me away. So many fantastic moments and unbelievable dialogue, and the acting was through the roof in every single scene, whether it's Matthew McConaughey or it's Michelle Monaghan or it's Woody Harrelson. They all just did such a great job in all their scenes, and even the side characters did really, really well in all their scenes as well. And a lot of crazy discoveries in this one, mainly that Marty screwed up once again, ruining his shot with his wife, and in turn indirectly kind of ruined his relationship with Rust and ruined Rust's career. And obviously it was Maggie's choice to go and get freaky with Rust in order to get back at him, and so you can't really put the blame solely on him, but it was an unfortunate consequence. And I don't know if it's just the amount of time that's passed that has healed certain relationships, or if something else happened between the fight outside the station and their meeting there on the road in the future, but it didn't seem like they had too much animosity there. Obviously there was still some kind of pettiness or harshness behind their pleasantries or small talk there briefly, but I'm really, really excited to see their dialogue with each other. I assume that's going to happen in this next episode, is their interaction going to grab a beer together, so that should be a fantastic scene, because obviously we've been getting them interacting with each other in the past moments throughout the show so far, but something about seeing them in the future, knowing all their history, just made that little interaction so entertaining and enthralling. And so I'm sure an entire long conversation with them in the future is going to be just so captivating. And I'm really curious with Rust quitting the force there in that episode, if anything's going to be done about the case. I assume clearly not, because they've been interviewing them all season in the future about killers still out there, and so I'm assuming the person was never caught, and the same pattern's probably been going on, because Rust seemed to be the only one that was making any progress on the case. But just with some of the interesting design choices and costuming, I feel like Tuttle may be the Yellow King, just because he did have in that one scene the yellow tie, and then I think it was a shade of yellow, those walls in the background. And so I'm glad that it seems like it's moving away from Rust being a potential suspect, because as you guys know, if you've been watching, I acknowledged the possibility that it could be him, but I never really bought into it, and I was still always on Team Rust. And especially now more than ever, dude had some absolute dynamite one-liners in this episode, especially towards Marty, and that's got to be just like such a treat as a director or as a writer for a television show, to have such top tier actors going at each other with your script or with your direction. Definitely a luxury not many television show headrunners get the opportunity to do. So absolutely loving all the casting. Obviously there's some other great casting besides them as well, but just completely bought into the show, absolutely loving the season. And so I can't wait to get into the last 2 episodes. I can't imagine what they're going to cover in those 2 episodes, because I feel like there's still a lot of information to get through. Obviously there's still Marty and Rust's relationships that probably need to work some stuff out. I don't know if they're going to come to terms with each other, or if they're just going to agree to disagree at the end of the day, but most of all, they still haven't solved the case, and I don't know how they're going to take down what seems to be such wide and deep corruption. But I don't know, maybe they just absolutely packed these last 2 episodes with non-stop intensity and great scenes, but obviously they've been doing that already, especially with the past 2 episodes, so really excited to get into the rest of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this episode along with me, and look forward to seeing all of you for the next episode, and until then, peace.